All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, it's in the name of the Most High. Shalom, Israel, Shalom. First and foremost, it's in the name of the Heavenly Father, in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, that we do everything that we do. We give Him all honor and praise. All right, all esteem and glory to the Most High God. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. The name of this class is going to be called Mind Your Business. All right. It's important in these last days to not get distracted. All right. And a lot of what you see going on in the Israelite climate is you got camps talking about other camps, brothers talking about other brothers, sisters talking about other sisters. Look, man, it's enough work to do, and not just talking about work as far as doing classes or going and teaching on the street, but work on ourselves. It's enough work to do on ourselves to be consumed and caught up in what another person is doing, all right, or discussing what another camp is doing. That's a distraction. You got to be wary of stuff like that, right? So I'm gonna get this in the book of First Peter. Lord willing, everybody can see the screen. All right, let's go to the book of First Peter, chapter 4, and verse 15. All right, it says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. All right, so it's interesting to me when I read this that it put a busybody in the same category as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, period. All right, you don't want to be a busybody. A busybody is somebody that's always in matters that don't concern them. All right, sometimes we tend to put that classification on sisters, but brothers do it too. All right, you don't want to be a busybody in other men's matters. All right, if it's not your business, if it don't concern you, then stay out of that. Right, let's go to the book of Second Thessalonians. Second Thessalonians chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 11. All right, it says, for we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies. All right, a easy way to become a busybody is to not be working, to not have something to do. Like I said, it's so much work that we could be doing. This work, or if you for some reason don't have a job, or you stay at home. For the sisters, a lot of the sisters may be stay-at-home moms. It's a full-time job running a household. All right, it's a lot of work to do just in the house. Whereas if you keep yourself busy, you won't have time to get invested in matters that don't concern you. All right, it said, and in a spiritual sense, it's enough work to do on our spirits to be concerned with matters that don't concern us. All right, plenty of work to do. Let me get a precept on that. Let me go to the book. Let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. In the book of Sirach. Sirach 1 says chapter 21 and verse 1. Not 21. Hold on, let me look real quick. You don't want to be idle in this thing, man, because idleness is a easy way to get yourself caught up, an easy way to get yourself in the trouble. All right. Hold on, let me see. 33. I'm sorry. Sirach 33 and verse 27. All right. It says, send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil. All right. So you don't want to be idle. All right. If you, whether it's a literal job or the work, like I said, of working on yourself, you don't want to just be sitting around. You want to have you something to do, because idleness teaches much evil. Why? Because then you just dealing with this thing up here, this mind that you got, right? It's many vices in the mind, man. Let me get that in the book. I was reading that this morning. I want to say that's Proverbs. I want to say that's in Proverbs chapter 19. There's many vices in the mind, man, and you want to always keep that thing under control. Yeah, Proverbs 19 and 21. All right, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord that shall stand. So there's many things in your mind that just want to go and do something wicked. All right. And you got to keep this thing on the reins, because if you don't, its natural thing that it wants to do is do something wicked. So always keep yourself busy. That way you can stay out of people's business. Right. Let me get this in the book of 1 Timothy. It's important in these last days to mind your business. Mind your own business. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse number 11. All right, it says, but the younger widows refuse, right? It's going into, Paul is discussing with Timothy about who the church could take care of and who they shouldn't take care of with the alms from the church funds, right? It says, for when they have begun to wax wanton or get aroused against Hamashiach, they will marry. So he like, look, don't take care of no woman that ain't at least 60 years old, because she gonna have desires, sexual desires, and eventually she gonna get married. She not gonna stay single, right? Having damnation because they have cast off their first faith. And withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers also, busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. So brothers, it's important, brothers with wives, it's important to make sure that you don't let your wife do that. Don't let your wife be on the phone with sister so and so, talking about sister so and so in them business and what's going on in their marriage. All right. If a sister calls you, if you a sister in this truth, and a sister was to call you and say, my head did this, your first response should be, did he tell you to sin? If the answer is no, then she need to go work that out with her head. It ain't your job to be in their business and in their marriage and the affairs of what they got going on in their house, especially if there ain't no sin involved. All right. So you want to stray away from these type of situations. If you find it's real easy to get caught up in them type of situations, because in the world it's normal to gossip. In the world it's normal to talk about other people's business. All right. So we in the truth now. We supposed to be different people. All right. And like I say, not only sisters do it, but brothers do it too. You don't want to get involved in other folks' business. And the main thing that can get you into doing that is being idle, wandering about from house to house. You always at so and so house because they like to talk about brother what's his name and sister what's his name. Don't do that. That's going off, right? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Let's go to the law. Deuteronomy chapter 19. This is like a basic fundamental thing that we should know, but a lot of times we forget the basic things. Let's go to Deuteronomy 19 And we're going to start at verse 15. All right, it says, one witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity or for any sin, in any sin that he sinned. At the mouth of two witnesses or at the mouth of three witnesses shall the matter be established. All right, so this will keep you from gossiping. This will keep you from my other folks' business, because a lot of times the stuff that people want to know is what so-and-so said somebody done did, especially in Israel. We want to know about somebody that done did some type of sin and talk about it. All right. Well, if you ain't got 2 or 3 people sitting there that can confirm it, then you shouldn't even be listening to it. Right. That's breaking this law. And we don't want to do that. Yeah. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna start there. Let me go to the book of Sirach, chapter 19. Very basic, fundamental stuff. But a lot of times it's good to go over basic stuff that you deal with or might deal with on a day-to-day basis. You might be around some brothers and they like, hey, what happened with this brother? Or what's going on with it? And it ain't that they really care. It's just that they want to know people business. All right. A lot of men act like women these days. So you want to stay away from that, man. You want to stay on guard of that, right? So Rock 19, I'm going to start at verse 8. It say, whether it be friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives. And if thou canst without offense, reveal them not. You shouldn't be talking about other people's lives. Somebody come to you and share something with you that they got going on. That should be between you and that person, right? It say, for he heard and observed thee, and when time cometh, he will hate thee. If thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee. You should be able to tell a brother something, hey, I did this, or I dealt with this. And it should die with you. You should take it to your grave, like they say in the world. It say, let it die with thee and be bold. It will not burst thee. It ain't gonna, like they say in the world, like this person can't hold water. It's not gonna burst you if you keep that person's information to yourself. It's not gonna burst you, right? But you would think so, the way that people do this, people do that, especially in the truth, man. People love drama and to know what's going on with other people's business, right? Let's go to the book of 1 Thessalonians. Let's go back there in chapter 4. You got camps talking about other camps and what's going on with this camp. It shouldn't matter. It's enough work to be doing to where all these camps can be. If you don't want to pray for them brothers, don't talk about them. All right, don't talk about them. That's a weird trend that's going on right now in Israel that need to stop. It say, and that verse 11, it say, and that ye study to be quiet. One of the most important things you can learn to do is to shut up, to be quiet. It say, and to do your own business and to work with your hands as we commanded you. It's a good thing to just go to work and be quiet and do your own business. Work on yourself. You gotta look, trust me, you got enough going on in you to where if you focused on that, you wouldn't be worrying about what brother so-and-so got going on in his house with his wife. You wouldn't have time to be worrying about that and talking about that. Right? A lot of people talk about other people's business, but they don't talk about their own business and what they got going on. Right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 25. And we're going to start at verse 17. It said, withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee and so hate thee. You shouldn't always be frequenting so-and-so house. And a lot of times people do that, like I said, because they want to talk about people. All right. Somebody that gossip don't want to be around somebody that's going to say, hey, we ain't talking about this person's business. That's their business. They not gonna want to keep coming around that person. But if you the type of person that is in people's business, you're gonna link all the time with somebody that also want to be in other people's business. They're gonna be ready for you to come. Have a drink pulled, had the incense burning. Let's talk about it. That's how it'll be, right? Let's go to stay in Proverbs. Let's go to chapter 16. It's good to mind your own business, man. Proverbs 16, we're gonna start at verse 28. A forward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separated chief friends. Right? So a whisperer is a person that gossip. That type of stuff break up friendships because you be done told somebody or confided in somebody about something that you trust that person with that information with. Next thing you know, this person talking about what you just told them. And that separate friends, that break up lifelong friendships. All right. You may deal with that in this truth or in the world. All right. You may have told somebody something or shared with somebody something. Next thing you know, this person know it. And they like, I don't know how they know it. Well, I only told you. So how else they gonna know it? All right. That's the type of thing that separate chief friends. You don't want to do that. Right? Let's go to the book of, let's stay in Proverbs. There's a lot of good stuff in Proverbs. Let's go to 17. And we're going to read verse 9. Right? It says, he that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth the matter separateth very friends. All right? A lot of times, like I say, people quick to talk about what somebody else got going on, or so-and-so did this, they went off doing this. They won't tell you what they got going on. Why? Because they seek love. A person, that's the type of person you got to be aware of. Person that don't never got nothing to confess. That brother or that sister that don't never got no shortcoming to confess that they done did. They ain't everybody coming and say, hey, man, I did this. Or I went off like this. I need brothers to pray for me. But this person over here that don't never got nothing to say, that's the kind of person you want to be weary of. Because why? They want everybody to like them. And it's true. You'll find out it's a cruel reality, man, that you might not have a lot of people that like you. In fact, you may compare your life in the truth to when you was in the world and say, dang, I was cool with more people when I was in the world. Now I'm in the truth. And I got a lot of people that don't like it. Might be like that, right? It may be like that, but you got to remember, we're not in this thing to make a whole bunch of friends. That's not what the Lord promised us that would happen. All right. You'll make a lot of friends if you got sweet language. You always giving people gifts, or you always giving people compliments. You might have some people around you that say they're your friends, but rarely will people stay around you if you telling them the truth. If you telling them the truth and you blunt with them, a lot of times people don't want to be around that. That don't feel good, right? Let's get this in Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18, and I'm gonna read verse 13. It say, he that answereth the matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. Meaning what? You got something to say about something before you even know all the way what's going on, right? That's a foolish person. So you shouldn't want to talk about other people's business because you don't know it from that person. You haven't went to that person and said, hey, what's going on with you? I heard this. What's going on with you? You haven't went to that person and done that. Then the Bible said that that's a folly and a shame unto you. You're going to end up looking stupid. You're going to end up making yourself look crazy, man. Right? Sirach chapter 11. This is like basic fundamental things that we should be practicing in Israel, man. Like if you see videos pop up about another camp, a camp talking about a camp, a brother talking about what a brother wife said about him, man, you shouldn't even entertain that. You shouldn't even watch it, right? But you got brothers that and sisters too that post this stuff on their Instagram and their Facebook about what another brother said that this brother got going on, and that's madness, man. That's foolishness to do that, right? Let's go to Sirach 11. Sirach 11, and we're going to read verse 7. Right, it says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. To examine means you do diligent search. You looking closely at it, not just at the surface. If somebody said somebody did something, well, why did they do it? What did you do? How did that come up? It's questions that need to be asked if you examining something, right? It say understand first and then rebuke. Brothers go straight to the rebuke because they heard something about a brother, because they heard something about a sister. They go straight to the rebuke and they haven't examined anything, right? It says, answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. If somebody trying to explain to you what they did, don't interrupt them. Don't cut them up. Nah, I don't want to hear that because so-and-so said you did this and I believe them. That's foolishness, right? Verse 9, it says, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not. If it's not your business, what y'all going back and forth about it for? And sit not in judgment with my son, meddle not with many matters. For if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by fleeing. So being in other people's business can be dangerous, right? You can get yourself caught up in something. It's so many people. From me being in the world, man, I know a few people that done got killed over politics, just being in other folks' business. Just being in people's business done got people killed, right? Then you don't want to do that. It's not worth it. It's enough work to be done on you. It's like the king said, get the beam out your eye before you talking about the mote in this person's eye. It's enough work that you got to do on yourself before you start worrying about this brother or this camp or that sister and what she did. Don't worry about it. If anything, if you really care, just pray for them. Just pray for them people, man. Right? Let's get this in the book of let's stay in Sirach. Let's go to chapter 26. If anything, just pray for them people. Sirach 26, and we're gonna start at 6. It said, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. Right? You don't want to just go for the women, but brothers too. You don't want to just be talking with everybody. Right? If you got that type of wife that just telling everybody y'all business or other people business, you need to stop her. You need to sit her down and stop her, man, from doing that, right? Let's go to matter of fact, yeah, let's go to chapter 37. Chapter 37 and start at 11. It says, neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous, right? A lot of times people want to talk other people's business because there's some jealousy involved. They jealous of this person's house. They jealous of the husband that this person got. They jealous of the wife that this person got. A lot of times you just got to examine it, right? It says, neither with the coward in manners of war. Right? That don't go together. I can't talk with a coward going to war because they don't know nothing about it, nor with the merchant concerning exchange, nor with the buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work, nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work, nor with an idle of much business. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel. Why? like I said, if you the type of person that's gonna rebuke somebody for doing that, it ain't gonna take but 1 or 2 times and you rebuking them, they gonna stop coming to you with that kind of stuff. Because a person that want to gossip, a person that want to be in other people's business, gonna do it with other people that want to do it, right? All flesh consorteth with this light. So if you ask yourself, examine, this where self-examination come in. If people always come to you and talk about other people's business, that means you that type of person. But if every time somebody got to talk about they get from around you, then you doing good. All right. So most high willing, you got something out of the class. Mind your business. Do the business in the work of the Lord, man. It's your boy, it's your brother Shalom, Nahshon saying shalom, y'all.